The Morgan Standard. In the winter of 1907, the United States was not a global superpower. It was a nation on the brink of total collapse. Banks were folding, the stock market was in a death spiral, and the federal government was powerless to stop the bleeding. In that moment of chaos, the fate of the American economy didn't rest in the hands of the president or the Treasury. It rested in the library of one man, John Pierpont Morgan. He didn't save the country with a government mandate. He saved it with his word. He locked the nation's most powerful bankers in his private library and told them they wouldn't leave until they provided the liquidity to save the system. He didn't just have money, he had the ultimate leverage, a reputation that was more stable than the gold in the vault. Today, you are told that the path to wealth is paved with algorithms, high-speed trading, and volatile digital assets. You are told that speed is everything. But if J.P. Morgan were alive in 2026, he would look at the frantic chasing of pumps and trends with nothing but cold disdain. To Morgan, wealth was not a game of luck. It was a structural consequence of character. Many of you are asking what to do with your first $1,000, looking for a secret ticker symbol or a magic app. But you are asking the wrong question. You are looking for a return on investment, while Morgan would be looking for a return on identity. If you gave J.P. Morgan $1,000 today, he would not look at it as capital to be gambled. He would look at it as a seed of sovereignty. To understand how he would deploy it, we must first understand his 13 virtues, the silent code that allowed a single banker to command the respect of kings. The most misunderstood of these virtues is frugality. In 2026, the world defines frugality as deprivation, living a small life to save a few pennies. To Morgan, frugality was the ultimate financial lever. It wasn't about spending less, it was about the strategic conservation of power. Every dollar you spend on a status symbol you haven't earned is a brick you've taken from the foundation of your future empire. Morgan's first move with $1,000 would be a radical act of psychological warfare. He would spend the first $300 on his uniform. This is not vanity, it is strategic positioning. In the American market, perception is the precursor to reality. Morgan understood that a man who looks like he belongs in the boardroom is often invited into the boardroom. He would invest in a level of presentation that signals discipline, attention to detail, and a rejection of the fast fashion culture of the masses. He knew that the world is a mirror. If you present yourself as a titan, the world begins to offer you titan-sized opportunities. The next $400 would be dedicated to what we call information asymmetry. In the digital age, everyone has information, but almost no one has wisdom. Morgan was a master of the private ledger. He would buy the books that are no longer in print, subscribe to the data feeds that the average retail investor finds too expensive, and pay for the time of a mentor who has already walked the path. While the average person spends his capital on entertainment that numbs the mind, Morgan would spend his capital on intelligence that sharpens the blade. He understood that $1,000 invested in a get-rich-quick scheme is gone forever, but $1,000 invested in understanding the mechanics of the credit system provides a lifetime of dividends. The remaining $300 would be treated with the most lethal virtue of all, silence. In the markets of 2026, noise is the greatest enemy of profit. Everyone is shouting their opinions, revealing their positions, and chasing the herd. Morgan's philosophy was built on the iron ledger, the ability to sit on liquid capital and wait. He would keep that money in reserve, not for a rainy day, but for a day of blood. He knew that the market is a machine that transfers wealth from the impatient to the patient. He would wait for the inevitable moment when the noise leads to a panic, when others are forced to sell their assets at a discount because they lacked his discipline. That is when his $300 becomes worth $3,000. This brings us to the core of the Morgan philosophy. Reputation is the highest form of currency. When J.P. Morgan testified before Congress, he famously stated that commercial credit is not primarily based on money or property, The first thing is character. This is the lesson the modern world has forgotten. If you have $1,000 but a weak reputation, if you are known for being impulsive, dishonest, or lazy, that money is worthless. It will slip through your fingers like sand. But if you have $0 and a reputation for being an iron pillar, you can command millions. What does the market teach us in 2026? It teaches us that the tools change, but the players stay the same. Whether it was the railroad monopolies of the 1990s or the artificial intelligence empires of today, the winners are always those who control their emotions and protect their name. The market is currently rewarding the loud and the fast, but history rewards the silent and the deep. J.P. Morgan didn't want to be liked, he wanted to be necessary. He didn't want to follow the market, he wanted to be the market. If you are holding $1,000 today, you are holding a test. It is a test of whether you can resist the urge to be a consumer and embrace the calling to be a producer. It is a test of whether you have the Morgan standard, the discipline to invest in your mind, your image, and your patience. The wealth you seek is not in the dollar itself, it is in the man you must become to keep it. The vault of history is filled with the stories of men who have millions and lost it all because they lacked character. But it is also filled with men like Morgan, who started with a vision and built a legacy that outlasted their own lives. As you move forward into the economic landscape of 2026, stop looking at the charts and start looking at the mirror. Are you a man of your word? Do you have the discipline to be frugal when others are flamboyant? Do you have the courage to be silent when others are shouting? If you can master these virtues, you won't need to chase the market. The market will chase you. This is the secret of the Iron Banker. This is the law of the Morgan Vault. The doors are open for those with the character to enter. The question is no longer what the market will do next. The question is, what will you do with the power of your name?